So we've made it up just a little bit more. Hiking for about an hour and a half now. Look at our view. Sorry for the shakiness. 35% grade. Kicks my butt. Hardcore.
Come on, Kelly, you need a little more pep in your step.
Yeah, I know. No coffee today.
Our first stop in Montana leaving the Wind River Range is one that we experienced in a previous backpacking trip. Found in the far northwestern section of Yellowstone National Park is the Gallatin Mountain Range. While the range extends beyond the park, our first time experiencing this gorgeous place was during our hike on the Skyrim Trail. If you know us, you know that this is the hike Drew swears I was trying to kill him on. The hike promised amazing views, high above the Valley of Yellowstone, and while the trail absolutely delivered on these views, they were hard to earn. Back then, we were a bit more young and early on into our backpacking adventures, so going up and over 6 peaks before lunch to try and avoid the guaranteed afternoon thunderstorms was almost too much for us. We survived, but ended up hiking out a day early due to a few challenges that arose.
We're at the trailhead for Storm Castle. I think it's like a 5 or 6 mile, probably a straight up. But this is really our second attempt at hiking today. We tried to go to Lava Lake and the parking lot was full, and the overflow requires you to play Frogger on Highway 191, which is super busy. So we won't get to go swimming in an alpine lake, but we should get some really pretty views, and we'll take you along for the ride. So I do believe that that's where we're headed. That looks like a Castle Rock to me.
I see 2 people approaching.
This year, when we returned, it was a bit different. Now with our turtle shell behind us and our pup, we found a camp outside of the national park in the National Forest. The road to get to our camp was a bit challenging due to recent rains and degrading of the roadbed, but walkie-talkies and traveling slowly allowed us to get out into the woods and enjoy Moose Creek tucked away from the normal hustle of Big Sky and Bozeman.
So we just crossed a small little scree field just to keep it interesting. Unfortunately, we have made the executive decision that climbing the highest point while a thunderstorm is rolling in is not the wisest decision. So we are headed back down off the mountain. And the rain's really picking up. I have no idea if this is going to blow over quickly or not. We're going to hike back down to the bottom. We made it to within about a half mile of the top. And the views were pretty even from where we were. But
This was the first place that we experienced smoke from local wildfires. While I fear that it's going to become a theme for the next few weeks or even months given the fires in Montana, Canada, and Washington state, checking the status, location, and containment of fires has now become one of the many data points in our logistics.
It's our final morning, and we're going for our last walk before our about 8-hour drive north to East Glacier. I've got one more week before we head into Canada. Hopefully fires hold out and we're able to enjoy.
We thoroughly enjoyed our short time in the Gallatin Mountains and hope to return again someday for longer to explore. Camping on the creek was perfect and allowed us to set up and test out our Sawyer bucket water filtration system, as well as providing an awesome place to cool off in the hot hours of the day.